Hey guys, welcome back to the Inner Circle. I'm Tyler Phillips.
Ben, yeah, that one, yeah.
And I'm Lawrence Algie.
You don't give us a warning before you start going. It's like, boom.
Gotta be prepared, man. Can I adjust?
I'm good.
So anyways, today we're talking about the movie Blade. And Lawrence brought this movie to my attention, and I'm really glad you did. It really reminds me of Blade Runner.
Really?
So, yeah, I really got that vibe, like dark, just like quiet man. More of the music is telling the story as you go. So I really enjoyed this movie. It was, dang it, my washer is going off and I can hear it. But anyways, I really enjoyed it. It was a good tone to the whole movie. So, yeah. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, I have seen Blade 2 before I ever saw Blade. I'm not gonna lie, because I used to have Blade 2 on DVD when I was younger. Never saw Blade until just when I watched Blade recently. Enjoyable, very enjoyable. I still gotta say I like the second one more. Ron Perlman is in the second one, and I love the interaction between him and Blade. Watch the second one. But first one is still a very good movie. It's dark. It's fun to remember that this is one of the first few Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And the entire time I was watching it, I was imagining what if Marvel had made a shared universe with it, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, the original Ghost Rider, the Fantastic Four. That would have been a crazy.
That would have been good. So Brandon actually had to tell me this was a Marvel comic.
Really?
And it was after I saw that Stan Lee was a producer. And Brandon goes, yeah, it was a Marvel comic. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it was back in the time when Marvel would give rights to anyone. I'm like, okay, well, this one actually works. I could see it becoming a part of the MCU if it weren't for the vampires. That's the only problem. I don't think they're going to tackle vampires in the MCU.
I mean, there have been rumors that they were thinking about bringing Blade in, but...
Oh, that'd be good.
There's nothing concrete yet.
So, what do you think, Ben?
If y'all just keep going with the positives, and when you want to get to the negatives...
Ooh! Okay.
I did not like the movie.
Okay, why?
I thought y'all were actually making us watch it because you wanted to review a not good movie. I hesitate to say terrible. Okay, positives. Very well directed. Mm-hmm. The action is really good. It's not like, do you know what I mean when I immediately do this? Yeah, choppy, handheld, and kind of like really shaky. You can see the stunt work, choreography, very nice. The world, you mentioned Blade Runner, I was thinking the same thing. The look of it, the music, the techno kind of, and all the lights and everything. Love the look of it. That's where all the positives end for me. I thought the writing was absolutely terrible. It reminded me of something that I would do. I thought the acting was just the worst. Like Wesley Snipes goes back and forth between this I can't even do an impression. I had one ready, but I forgot how he did it. Well, how did he talk? It was like, but then when someone shot at him in the hospital, I specifically remembered this one part where someone shot at him. He's doing this the whole time, but then when he gets shot at, he's all like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And he just goes back and forth between this silly.
Well, I feel like I just put that as the vampire thing, whenever his adrenaline's going and the vampire part of him takes over, he's in that deep voice. But whenever he gets sense knocked into him, it's like, oh wait, whoa, I'm back to normal. I talk normal. Okay. So that's the only thing I viewed it as.
Okay.
But yeah, the fight scenes were really good in this movie. It started off with that one in the club.
That was a really good opening.
It was the best fight scene of the whole movie. So I'm like, okay, you set us up for disappointment in the rest of it, but it's still a good movie.
Just in general, that's a really interesting way to start the movie.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of wondering what because I didn't know anything about the movie at all before I had seen this thing. I didn't know anything about the Blade universe. So this was really interesting. I didn't know it was about vampires, but then it starts raining blood, and I'm just like, what is happening? Yeah. That was cool.
I kind of read the description a little bit, so I knew there was vampires in this. So
I knew there was a dude in it, and he wore a coat. Which, by the way, this movie came out in 1998, and there are so many what am I trying to say? really famous movies nowadays that are like really iconic that this movie did first. Like the whole look of the Matrix, like the overcoat and everything. This movie did first.
Yeah.
Like Black Panther, a super movie starring a black lead and stuff. This movie did first. Deadpool first R-rated. This movie did first.
It really is a good starter movie, and it did a lot of things well. So like a lot of comments that I've heard about this is mostly just people going, "Oh, you mean the thing that Black Panther is?" Like because everybody thought Black Panther was the first like African American superhero movie, and they're like, "Nope, Blade. Go watch Blade," which it definitely represents well in the African American community. But something me and Brandon notice is like anytime he does see a black person in the movie, like whenever he's surrounded by the documents and he finds that black girl just like sitting down, he's like, "Come," and it's like, why do you trust her? She's just a random girl in the villain's lair. Why? And then she just starts kicking him. And I'm like, you idiot. So, I guess we can go into the spoiler section of the movie.
We're kind of already there.
Yeah, I mean, we are. But in the end, his mom comes back, and that just, I sat there like, what's the point of this? Why is his mom here? Why is she a villain? I honestly thought that part was stupid.
I think because in the comics, I don't know if this is true, I got this from the Spider-Man animated movie, the vampire who turned his mom actually loved his mom, so he turned her so he could keep her, but then Blade was born and she didn't want him to be born into that vampire life, so she was like, no, go away, son.
Okay, that kind of would make sense, but they didn't really explain that in this movie.
Yeah, no, they didn't explain
you can see it, because I thought about that for a little bit. But then she starts fighting him, and I'm like, well, that's not that kind of story.
Yeah.
I just didn't buy the part where he first sees her and realizes that she's his mom. Like, he was just like, and she spoke to him as if he remembered the day he was born. Did you notice that?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't move stuff like that. It's filled with stuff like that. I just kept oh my goodness. I have to can you edit in a clip that I send to you? I have a video on my phone where I filmed what I was watching. There's a shot in the very beginning. Do you know what's the main girl's name?
I can't remember.
Okay, main girl. When she sees Blade and what's the other guy's name?
Whistler.
The sidekick?
Whistler.
Yeah. Okay. When she sees both of them for the first time in their little like lair or whatever, there's a shot where like what's the name? Whistler.
Yeah.
Whistler. Okay. When he's like injecting him with something, do you know when he had to like hold his hand while he was like doing this stuff? Okay. When she first sees them, she like runs away, and the Whistler, he goes after her. And like he runs away, but then in the next shot it shows Wesley Blade watching him run after her, but you can see him still holding his hand down here.
Really?
Yeah, very, very.
I didn't catch that.
Editing, yeah.
Great, and I was gonna bring this up. The CGI, man,
in half and
like 90s. Yes, it's 90s.
Turned into skulls.
But dang, Men in Black did it better. Men in Black did it so much better. Use a little bit more practical effects. Don't use computer graphics in this movie, and they would have done it a lot better.
I love when their skeletons crawl out of their mouths. That was just
and they were like flying
so
away.
CGI. I loved it.
I loved it.
So
much CGI. Every single drop of blood in this movie, I'm pretty sure was CGI.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
There was no practical CGI blood or practical blood. But
Can I say something I actually really liked about the movie though?
What
was that guy's name? You have the main villain and you have a sidekick.
Quinn.
Quinn. Okay. I really liked him, and I love that little gag where it's like he keeps getting his hand cut off, and then he's like, "Quinn, hold out your arm." He's like,
"I just got it back."
And he's like, "No, I'm kidding." That part genuinely made me laugh. I was like, "That's good."
Yeah. What I didn't get was when Frost and Quinn took one of the vampires out to the sun and burned him, but they took his teeth. I get the part of taking his teeth and like showing it to people. But what was the point of killing him?
kind of assert your dominance, maybe.
I guess, but like,
wait, he
just drop his teeth and show him like down for the count to the people. I just don't know why they had to kill him. Because I thought they needed him, honestly, for the ritual at the end.
I kind of miss the whole hierarchy with the vampires in general. I thought they killed him, and because he killed him, he became the new leader. But that's probably not what happened.
That's probably not what happened, because I'm pretty sure all of them would be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that could pop. I kind of also thought that's kind of what was going on, too. I'm not sure. They didn't really go too in-depth with the hierarchy. I feel like they should have. That would have made it more interesting, because it is interesting.
Yeah,
but
it's like it's what the part of the world that's like makes it unique.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see more of it.
Yeah, we gotta mention that the vampires didn't even want this. It was only Frost, Frost, who wanted this. So I mean, even the Vampire Council was like, no, we have to stay in the shadows. Don't talk to anybody. Don't do anything. And Frost is over here like world domination.
And I like Frost, by the way. Like, I like Quinn more, but Frost was...
I do like Frost. He was a good villain.
Yeah.
He was a good villain. But yeah, so we're getting to around the end. Any last things y'all want to talk about?
I mean, I feel like I've kind of made my point. Writing, acting...
I have one thing. Okay. In the end, where it shows him in a snowy place, and it's like he's talking in a completely different language, honestly... I thought it was like 22 Jump Street where they show all the different versions at the end. And it's just like all like 23rd Jump Street. We're on a cruise now. And I'm just like, is this what it's going to be? It's just going to show a really random Blade now doing random things.
Well, they've been talking in a different language the whole movie, though.
Yeah, but this one wasn't vampire language. This was just different language. I think it was like Russian or something.
Probably Russian, because it leads into the second movie, so I know where he was and what he was doing. I'm
guessing it was Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does lead into the second movie. I had my friend Christian tell me about it.
And did you say the second movie, you like it more?
I do.
Because I haven't seen it, but I know it's directed by Guillermo del Toro, and I really like it.
It's also on Netflix, too.
It is on Netflix. I liked it a lot more than I liked the first one, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. But... Anyway, so overall ratings, what would you guys give it?
I give it an 8. I enjoy it.
Okay. Dang, Ben.
I was really bored. Like, there's no character development. It started kind of like, it felt like halfway through the story. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to be nice and say 4.
Oh.
I'm serious. I did not like it at all.
Wow.
Okay.
I would never watch it again.
Oh, ow.
It had good, like, sets.
So next week, Blade 2! That is a possibility. But anyways, so yeah, I'd give it a 7, honestly. It could do better, and I feel like it would be better now if they remade it today.
I agree. I
really want to remake it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but, alright guys, so... That's it from us this week. We will see you next time, possibly with Blade 2. I don't know, we're going to talk it out. We're going to let Ben campaign not to.
I mean, part of me enjoyed how bad it was.
Okay. But anyways, see you later. Bye, guys.